Well. Welcome to the stream where I'm going to laugh at Steve McRae and his doxing friends because they just got called out as professional doxers right after I told the internet they were doxers. And they got called out because his best buddy, who hangs out on his channel, that comes to his live streams, and whose channel that Steve McRae frequents, even though I warned him not to, even though he's attacked me like crazy, I warned him that he was hanging out with a doxer, and I warned him that he was hanging out with a political operative for the Republican Party. He called me crazy and questioned my mental health. Let me say that one more time. Steve attacked me for a solid month and a half. He tried to dox me. He did all the things I've shown you. Whether you agree with me or not, that's what happened. And that's what I'm telling you. I've shown you. Then I told him when he started to team up with the doxer before they doxed me on his channel, attempted to, and, you know, did all that, that the guy was a professional doxer and a Republican operative who claims to be the creator of the conspiracy theory QAnon. Steve McRae told everybody that I was losing my mind for saying that. Okay? We all know that's true. You've all saw that happen up to now. Right? When I first told him this, he said I was crazy. I was losing my mind. I'm nutso. Well, this is a more liberal, but still mainstream media news outfit. And you're not going to believe me until you read it for yourself. But there's the name of it. And I'm about to go through the parts you'll want to, you know, focus on and show you where in the damn news what I told Steve just got outed on the Daily Beast. Everything I told Steve is in this article after I told it to him. And I couldn't be more tickled pink. Not only that, for those of you that have followed me online, I did an investigation that told people who the creator, the real creator of QAnon was. It was a guy named Baruch and a guy named Pamphlet Anon or Coleman Rogers with his wife and his friend from overseas, from 8chan and 4chan. I identified them, and Defango got so angry that I wouldn't say he created QAnon because the evidence showed he didn't have anything to do with it at all, but yet these other people did. That's what started the divide between Defango and me, and that's what made him start to dox me and start to try and intimidate me. He just didn't realize I wouldn't be intimidated and that I actually can do an investigation. I can complete an investigation better than the damn news when I really try. That's why I have a shit ton of viewers and subscribers, if you didn't know. Because I debunked QAnon, I debunked Pizzagate, I debunked the Seth Rich conspiracy theory live on the air in front of tens of thousands and then hundreds of thousands of people. And while doing it, everything that I determined from my online investigations, which are recorded and provable to this point, is now being discovered by the news years later. I did tell you that Ed Batowski paid Defango and his other internet buddies like the Pizzagate guys, Titus Frost, Lift the Veil, Honeybee, and all of them, while everybody was telling me that no, Thomas Schoenberger's the big cheese. I said no. In my documentary I put out, Ed Batowski is the big cheese. Remember? And then some ding-dongs that act like they know what they're talking about tried to put out a fake-ass documentary to mimic mine. Remember who those guys were? It was like F and Freddy and OG1 Kenobi and all them guys. Well, my Red Pill to Pay the Bills documentary that names these political shills, literal shills by the definition of the word, that are running YouTube channels, being paid by political operatives to do this type of stuff, is now in court being logged as evidence in a court case and being reported by the mainstream media. I'll hook you up. I'll even point you to a YouTube channel, Red Pill to Pay the Bills YouTube channel, that has some of my videos there, and I will upload my documentary there that drew all these conclusions back then. Just so everybody has all the evidence that for those of you that weren't around to see it happen live and watch the videos when I put them out, just so you'll know that what I'm telling you is 100% true. And there are so many people out there that know it. I don't even have to put it up, but I want to for any new viewer that's interested in seeing one of my investigations actually be proven right. But here's some evidence towards it. Take a look. Right-wing activists discussed wiretapping Seth Rich's family. 3 people in the room say. Now, oh, wrong button. Involved in the talks about Seth Rich, the staffer, Fox reporter, former intelligence contractor, and intelligence contractor for the government, a pair of provocateurs, DeFango included. Look at this. A draft contract that DeFango provided to Aaron Rich's attorneys specified that Batowski would pay the company $40,000 a month. This is DeFango giving Aaron Rich's attorneys, submitted to court, in a court of law, that he did this. All these things were happening in this Twitter world, and these guys said they were experts in reputation management. Well, I called them political shills for the Republican Party back then. They claimed to be involved with Cicada. DeFango has used the connection to suggest inconclusively that he's one of the founders of the QAnon conspiracy. Hey, Steve McRae, who's crazy, me or you? What I told you is true. In the news. It's in the news, my dude. Fuming over an email in the video conference, Batowski appeared to urge DeFango and Schoenberger to publicize the man's personal information online. Why would Ed Batowski pay these guys all this money to dox and publicize the personal information about his political enemies? Because DeFango is a professional doxer, and DeFango admitted it to the court for Aaron Rich's attorneys. The court papers are there. This entire article shows several things. One, that my investigation, the Red Pill to Pay the Bill series, the Hydra investigation, as I called it on the internet, the Hydra playlist, was 100% right. What I told, there were so many other people that popped up to try to tell you, UNIRock's wrong, I'm right. No, UNIRock's wrong, I'm right. Well, guess who was right, you ding-dongs? UNIRock. And here it is. There's the guys that I said were the ones behind it, and who paid them. I told you, Ed Batowski, Devin Nunes going up through the House Intelligence Committee oversight thing that the dude had, all of that, right? Through their lawyer, Stephen Biss. Remember all of this? The thing that caused DeFango to try to dox me 1 billion times over? It's all backed up here, but guess where all of this information came from? The people themselves. This information the beast is getting is coming from DeFango and his buddies, because they're literally trying to get their ass out of trouble, and they're trying not to get sued, not to get charged, so they're working with them to try and, you know, get out of the trouble for it. They're saving their asses by throwing their buddies under the bus. That's why this information came out in court. This proves to you, though, if you ever were around back then, that we all were right. That we went through hell investigating this, and we were right the whole time. We all should celebrate. But you know what? We've been talking about Steve McRae lately, and I'm not going to talk about him the rest of this stream. We're going to be chilling for a minute. But I just want to make sure Steve McRae knows. He said that I am mentally ill because I dream up crazy conspiracy theories about his friends being Republican operatives and professional doxers and all this, and the creators of the conspiracy theory QAnon that they claim. What are you going to say now? Who's crazy, Steve? Who's crazy? Me? Am I crazy? Is the Daily Beast crazy? Well, I already know they're crazy. Is Will Somner crazy? Are the people... Is DeFango himself crazy? DeFango admitted this. DeFango admitted this in court. Who's crazy? I think you're the crazy one, big guy. Read the article. Read the article, Steve. I think you're crazy.
This one's gonna be kind of interesting, I think. Lots of money under management. 100% false. His fat ass was smoking cigarettes in Paso Robles. I can tell you that for a fact. Because
Hey, Steve, why is your best doxing friend, the professional doxer, what's this? What's this right above his video in the news? He claims to be involved with Cicada 3301. DeFango, this is his real name, but DeFango has used the connection to suggest inconclusively that he's one of the founders of the QAnon conspiracy theory. Regardless if he is or not, many people sent Steve McRae evidence that the guy he was hanging out with was, one, a doxer, and two, a claimed creator of a QAnon conspiracy theory. Now, logically, some of you are going to say, I don't know what a QAnon conspiracy theory is. So let me show you. QAnon is a far-right-wing conspiracy theory detailing a supposed secret plot by an alleged deep state against U.S. President Donald Trump and his supporters. The theory began in October with a post on the image board 4chan by somebody using the name Q, individual that maybe have later grown to include multiple people, claiming to have access to classified information involving the Trump administration and its opponents in the United States. Q has falsely accused numerous liberal Hollywood actors, Democratic politicians, and high-ranking officials of engaging in an international child trafficking ring, and has claimed that Donald Trump feigned collusion with the Russians in order to enlist Robert Mueller to join him in exposing the ring and preventing a coup d'etat by Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and George Soros. Q is a reference to the top secret Q clearance. QAnon believers commonly tag their social media posts with the hashtag where we go one, we go all, signifying the motto where we go one, we go all. The conspiracy theory mainly disseminated by supporters of President Trump under the name of the Storm and the Great Awakening. The worst conspiracy theory that exists. Who's crazy now, big guy? You see, as Team Skeptic and Fight the Flat Earth and Red's Rhetoric and all the people close to Steve have to realize by now, I'm the king debunker. I don't avoid the hard conspiracies where you get doxxed, where your families get threatened, where this shit happens. I've spent years debunking these conspiracy theories, but I don't just debunk them. I literally investigate and tell you who's behind it, who's profiting from it, who's a political operative, who's not. I put the information out on the internet and then it gets confirmed. This is how I got 40,000 subscribers on my main channel, by being the king debunker of YouTube. This is how I got UNIRock 2 to blow up when I first went there, because my information has evidence that backs up what I'm saying and doing, and eventually something's going to end up happening where what I tell you about these things turns out to be true. With evidence. Proven. You see, Steve, this is why people were telling you you're fucking with the wrong guy. Not because I go around doxing, because I get to the bottom of things. If I can figure this shit out years ago, before the news, before everybody else knows about it, and put it in videos on YouTube and put it out, this is like real world shit, my dude. Then how would it be hard for me to figure out the truth about some stupid internet mystery? How hard would it be for us to figure out the truth about all this other stuff? This is why when I need something from my peeps, they can find it in a split second, because they've done real shit. They are good at what they do. They do it the right way. They do it with journalistic integrity. They fact check. They don't push bullshit. They don't push something if they can't prove it with evidence. I don't know how many streams I did back then telling everybody this. My own following that had followed me since the very beginning, some of them said, Uni, you gotta be wrong. There's no way that you bumped in to a dude who is literally a definition of a shill and that you ended up investigating it and outing it. Well, What now? What now? This is just one of the ones I outed. I outed many of them. And I have a feeling more of them are going to get something to happen where their big mouth winds up getting them in trouble, so they out everything to try to get their asses out of trouble. And I bet more of my shit's going to come out to be proven as time goes on. But I retired from all of this. This is what I retired from when I started doing my nightly live show on UNIRock 2 and playing video games and chilling. I retired from something that I did that was real, that was actually, you know, like real content based on real investigations, based on real work. You get me? All the shit we do on the internet, it doesn't have a real world implication. It's just us bullshitting and talking and doing all that. This is what YouTube doesn't allow people to do anymore. The real shit. Because in order for me to debunk this stuff, I had to talk about the stuff. And YouTube doesn't want anybody talking about this. They don't want you saying the keywords. They don't want you bringing it up. They don't want you going in there and doing this. I don't blame them. I moved on. I do something different now. But my point is, I didn't have to rely on another YouTuber to get my views. I didn't have to go around leeching off of everybody. I put my feet on the ground and did the hard work and did it the right way. And proved it to the people. That's why they are so devoted to our channel. That's why they participate so hardcore. Because they know that we can literally do just about fucking anything after doing this. Literally identifying paid political shills on the internet, calling it out to the people and telling them who it is. One thing I want to talk to the people in Discord about from back then, remember those people that stood up to try to fuck with us that just seemed like they didn't attach to anything like effing Freddy and them? You know why they did that, right? Remember what I said about him back then? I said he's one of them too, right? Well, here you go. I bet it'll come out eventually sometime too. This is a sad story. If I could do the best video on this. I could do the best video on this. This is a sad, sad story. It deserves a documentary. This man was devoted to the United States. He wore an American flag shirt, an American flag pair of pants, American flag socks, American flag shoes. I don't know much else about him. He just loved his country. And he was killed in the middle of the night during a botched robbery. Because he was close to people that they could say he was close to Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump and these guys and all this, they tried to act like he was killed for stealing the WikiLeaks data from Hillary Clinton that turned out to prove Pizzagate and to prove QAnon. That's who this guy is. That's their ace in the hole. They took a man's death and worked it out and abused his family and abused his life and abused his memory to create a political conspiracy theory so that they could profit. And I called them out for it the entire time. I called out Jason Goodman because you are a shill, Jason Goodman, a political shill. I called out Dave, whatever his name is, Webb, George Webb. I showed where George Webb had deposited a bunch of money into another YouTuber's bank account. I showed where another YouTuber named Tracy Beans went to Washington, D.C. and met with a bunch of people in a hotel room and put the story out of the picture of her in the hotel room hugging the people when she tried to say she was dislocated by a hurricane. I showed so many things that outed a political sect on YouTube that had been operating, pretending to be conspiracy theorists giving the truth. That's why they all hated me, and that's how I have a following. But this is the most satisfying story that's been confirmed. Out of all the stories I've done, out of all the pieces of information that I told you about that became confirmed in the future, this is the most satisfying one. Not because of Steve McRae, but because at the same time that this ding-dong gets proven by the Daily Beast and admits in court that he is a political shill and a professional doxer, at that same time, the most bestest thing ever happens. And Premiink gets 1.7 million views calling out,
hey sisters,
none other than Steve and his buddy. 1.8 million views. 1.8 million people now know it. All the people that read the Daily Beast and all these shitty newspapers, all these shitty fake news sites know it. And all I can do, Steve McRae, who I know will get the message. I know Steve McRae. You know what? I don't care if you like Steve McRae or not. Hold up. I need that Daily Beast. Ed Batowski. Need this right here. Steve McRae said I was crazy when I told him DeFango was a political operative and a professional shill. In this news article by The Beast, DeFango admits to the court that he is both. Read it and make sure Steve McRae gets the message. Also, just a reminder to all those people who said I was a liar years ago when I told you exactly what is coming out in court right now. Lol, I told you so. Kinda feels good, y'all. Kinda feels good. People can only say you're crazy for so long until the proof comes out of the damn people's mouths that you identified. Hold up, let me redo this. Because this is the part that matters. DeFango has used the connection to suggest inconclusively he's one of the creators of QAnon. Remember, Steve said I needed mental help because I'm dreaming up conspiracy theories about his friends. Uni's dreaming conspiracy theories about his friends. Uni's crazy. He needs to go to a mental hospital because he's dreaming up conspiracy theories. Capucha, capucha. Remember all those idiots? Who were they? What was that dude's name? Sixes or something? And who was the other? Remember a Global Agenda? Remember that ding dong from back then, y'all? Who else? Fucking Freddy? Looks like you just got fucked, my dude. Oh, it's just too crazy, dude. It's too fucking crazy. Oh, it's too crazy. And then on top of all of that, what's her name? Lily Jean. Let's go to the last week. So, Lily Jean, remember I told you the Lily Jean story is about to get a lot of attention from some big YouTubers. And everybody said, Uni needs mental help. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Uni is crazy. The Lily Jean story isn't going to be covered by big YouTubers. The Lily Jean story isn't going to get millions of views soon. Somebody go grab that clip from about a month ago so that I can wave it in everybody's face, please. Well, we got Def Noodles, who has 263,000 subscribers. I guarantee you Mr. Repzion's doing one with 800,000. We got Pramink with 600,000, who just got 1.8 million views on his video on this. Yes! $60 to $4,000 in 1 minute 4 days ago. $60 to $4,000 in 1 minute. Lily Jean caught buying fake likes. Refreshing it. It's going up. It's going up. It's going up. It's going up. In under 1 minute, already from 60 to 1,000. 60 to 2,000, 60 to 2,400, 60 to 2,600, 60 to 2,800. Wow. Looks like Lily Jean was recorded in real time buying fake likes from fake subscribers. You know, I hate to say it. I really do hate to say it. I kind of hate to say. Actually, do I like saying it? I think I might like saying it. No, I hate to say it. I don't hate to say it. I told you so. was long ago. It was long ago, you know. I was new to the internet. I was new to the YouTube internet and the YouTube landscape. Okay. And I started a YouTube channel and I was doing commentary. I was talking about mysteries, talking about weird things, just getting my feel, learning to edit videos, learning to live stream. And all of a sudden, QAnon happened. And I did a video saying, what is QAnon? And I looked at it from both sides like I always do. And as time went on, I noticed there was something really bad about this thing happening, and I started to investigate it. And around January of 2018, I told everybody that it was fake due to it being hacked. And it didn't matter how it started. Once it was hacked, and once they stole the trip code, the login information for it, you never knew who had control of it. It didn't matter if it was real in the beginning or not at that point. Once it's hacked, once a person nobody knows steals the entire account, it could be a Russian troll. It could be a troll from 4chan that lives in his basement. It could be anybody. It could be another country that wants to stir propaganda. You never know. And I told everybody this. And QAnon got so big so fast. I got 12,000 subs instantly. Other people got 1,000 subs, 10,000. Jordan Sather got 100,000, right? Even though I was one of the only people in the beginning who was standing up debunking it, telling people it wasn't real, telling people you couldn't trust it, telling people there was an election and this is political propaganda. And I exposed propaganda before that happened. That's what I did before demonetization hit. And I was very successful doing it. I had a lot of big videos. I also did all kinds of other bullshit. And eventually I bumped into DeFango, Lift the Veil, Titus Frost, and other people. They didn't like me because when they showed me Pizzagate, I never had talked about it. And I told them, this doesn't seem right. You literally, I very quickly told them the issues with it when I looked into it and investigated it, expecting them to all of a sudden correct their mistakes, correct their errors. I was dumb. I was an idiot. I didn't know these guys were purposely pushing this shit. I thought they were just hooked into it or something. And once I'd realized what they were, I set out to prove it. But I did it by doing the QAnon investigation. I started to question people who I knew were in control of the money of QAnon. I interviewed them. I interviewed Baruch the Scribe, the guy who first appeared on InfoWars when it wasn't even a trend to talk about it. Pamphlet Anon. Interviewed other people. Long story short, I determined that Pamphlet Anon was QAnon. He had the login information. And one day on a live stream, he logged into the QAnon account without realizing that his little thing was open and everybody could see him do it, knowing that he had the password, knowing that he did. Also, he had prior knowledge to a QAnon post on the same day or a day earlier. And everybody knew that then I was right. You can't have prior knowledge of the post unless you're involved with posting it. It was him and his friends. Ironically, him and his friends were the ones making money off of the cups, the shirts, the websites, and the YouTube videos. Well, DeFango didn't like that, as I said in the last stream, and because he'd been telling everybody for a good month or two that he had created it at a thing called DEF CON that happens in Las Vegas. It's like a hacking convention. Now, they actually do hack at DEF CON, but they do things like hack into water fountains and make them spray. They do things like hack into car alarms. They do innocent things that shows the vulnerabilities in security so that the security companies can upgrade their stuff, and it's celebrated. It's not looked down upon like these guys using it for political propaganda. But eventually, DeFango messed with me, he tried to dox me and did all that, and I started to look into him and his friends and quickly put out that he was being paid by a guy named Schoenberger. And then, once it all came out, they started to spill each other's information. Schoenberger spilled something about DeFango. DeFango spilled DMs from Schoenberger. Then Schoenberger would come back and spill the receipts where he paid DeFango. DeFango would come back and spill the receipt. You realize this proves that Lestat is a political operative also, right? You do know this now. This is absolute proof that Lestat is too, just for the people that were around back then. Just making sure you know. Lift the Veil, Titus Frost, DeFango, Lestat, all those guys. Honeybee, Titus, all of them, Moneybee, all of them are political operatives. This proves it. Anyway, I told all of them, you are doing all of this. You all have this lawyer who is connected to this guy, Ed Batowski. Ed Batowski's pushing the rich conspiracy to Matt Couch. I called out Matt Couch. I put out videos that proved everything. I then did a lot of videos that exposed it all. And once I had exposed it all, I moved on to other content and put it all behind me. Then it all came out and we found out that they were being sued by by Seth Rich's parents because information, when these guys fought with each other that got spilled out, a person gave it to Seth Rich's parents. They looked at it, realized it was their own communications, PayPal accounts that they'd been advertising on their accounts and shit, and sued them. And now they're in court. And in order to keep them their asses out of jail, in order to keep their asses from getting in trouble, they're obviously making deals with Seth Rich's family so that if one of them comes out and spills all of it, then Batowski and the Rich, because DeFango doesn't have any money, he's broke. So if he goes to Rich's family and says, I don't want to be in jail, I don't want to get sued, and I'll give you these guys on a silver platter because I've got the communications that prove it, then Seth Rich's parents can then sue Batowski, who is Rich, and his friends who did this, which they are doing in court, which is where this all came from. But in the process of doing this and saving his ass, making sure he doesn't get sued and he doesn't get face criminal charges or anything, DeFango had to admit to the world through court and through the attorney for Seth Rich's family that yes, he is a political operative. He doxes people. He gets paid to do it. He gets paid to do reputation management, and that he is a Republican operative for Ed Batowski and his friends. This literally changes so much. It shows... It not only validates all of the stuff that I put out about these guys, it validates some of the stuff I put out about other guys, it validates some of the other stuff. And the biggest question is, how many other of these guys are on YouTube doing videos disguised as conspiracy theories to enact some kind of political thing for a political player? Because that is now proven. It's true. It's out of his own mouth, admitted in a court, admitted to the attorneys, given it all in depositions and everything else. How many of the other ones that we named as political players that we didn't get evidence on due to their actions are actually political players being paid to do this? Probably all of them. Nobody looks at any of these conspiracy theories and thinks to themselves, oh, these are real. Oh my God, I believe these. Just out of nowhere because I want to. With no evidence, just because I want people to believe it too. That doesn't happen. People need evidence. They need the truth. This is why normal skeptical people don't believe their bullshit or their conspiracies. You need evidence. These guys buy it hook, line, and sinker and do video after video after video after video every fucking day talking about this stuff. Lift the Veil and all these others. Crowdsource the Truth. Fucking all the QAnon guys. Every one of these QAnon guys that were working in the beginning are now outed as the same. Because yes, they may not have been political operatives at first, but since they had QAnon, they were also contacted by these kind of people and paid to do this stuff. This is how people, I think that eventually they're going to realize that this is how people mess with elections, through conspiracy theories that are targeted to political things. I hate political conspiracy theories. You want to know why? I hate political conspiracy theories because I love the real ones. I love mysteries. I love strange stories. I love talking about weird things like whether aliens exist, or if the thing that happened on that mountain in Germany where those hikers got their faces burned off and their bodies crushed on the top of a mountain, if it really was something strange or not. I love that stuff. I love those kind of videos. I like it. I like it if you look at it with a logical mind, though. I like it when you look at it with a mind to debunk, with a mind to get to the truth, and then understand what happened, not just the mysterious part. And that's what I originally sought out to do on the internet. Take anything strange, put it up on the screen, and then give a logical take on it, and hopefully either debunk or confirm some part of it, right? Maybe you could do that on YouTube again now that YouTube has fixed their system, but I don't want to, I don't want to take a chance. I truly don't want to take a chance of going back to doing my old content that I could literally knock out of the park, y'all. I could knock my old content out of the park. I could do some banger shit. But I don't want to take the chance of doing it and then YouTube deciding that, ew, you're going to get in trouble for doing it again. You're going to have your videos demonetized, and then you're going to have to delete your demonetized videos, or else you might get in trouble. I don't want to go through that again. So I'm just going to stick to what I'm doing. I'm going to do commentary. I'm going to do video game videos. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to do my nightly show, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to strive to be like a big channel. I'm not going to strive to go out there and, have the giant views that I used to have. I'm just going to do content that I think is good, and I'm going to be happy with what I get from it. As soon as I regularly start uploading again, the views will come back. Everything will get going again. After I do a couple live streams, we'll be right back up to where we were. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 people watching, depending on the day. It'll just take time. And I'm just making sure you all know that this all is passing. The Steve McRae thing is passing. With one of his buddies literally admitting that he's a political operative, him hanging out with a professional doxer and Republican fucking propagandist, it makes him look really, really bad. And I bet you after people start sharing this document, this news article that proves all of this with his own admissions to the news, Steve McRae most likely will not even call him out. He won't disavow him. He won't admit his mistake, and it's only going to make Steve look even worse. And this is what's going to help make Steve McRae, never be able to be anything on the internet other than a lolcow. You know what I'm saying? So this whole thing, it's so played out. It's so contrived. It's over. It's over. The last step is the truth of non sequitur video. That's the last step, because I don't even know. I might just combine a little thing about the GDC into my truth of non sequitur final video and just be done with this shit all together and move the hell on. Now that the worst possible things that could ever happen have just happened over and over and over and over again, So remember, guys that are watching over here on RockAlot, I still stream on UNIRock too. You've got to go ring that bell because you're going to be missing the banger live streams. But I do love some tea, and I do love updating you on things, so I can't promise I won't talk about anything again, but this shit's over. I'm going to tell you right now, the trend of all of this is bottoming out. People are now realizing what it really is, and they're losing all of their attention to it. They're losing all of their hype. It's not what they thought it was. They don't care anymore, and people are moving on. They realize that, oh yeah, I don't ever want to hear about this dude again. I'm going to laugh at him. So this is just insane, though, because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not making this shit up about him saying that I am crazy, deserve to be in a mental hospital, and all that shit, because I told him that he was befriending a professional doxer and a political operative, admitted political operative, and the admitted creator of the QAnon conspiracy. Even though he's lying about it, he still admits that. When I told Steve McRae that, through telling the public and then him hearing about what I said, he said that I was losing my mind. I'm a conspiracy theorist making up conspiracies. This is how bad he is at doing this, okay? It's gotta sting. It's gotta sting for him to have said that, for him to have told everybody that, oh, Uni's crazy. He's just losing his mind and creating conspiracy theories because I'm hanging out with DeFango and he doesn't want me to because DeFango's cool and Uni doesn't want me to hang out with him. It has to sting so fucking bad that he said that, and now all of a sudden DeFango lied to him. Because DeFango didn't tell Steve about this. He didn't tell Steve, Steve, there'll be an article coming out in a few weeks where I admit to being a political operative and a professional doxer for the Republican Party soon. He didn't tell Steve that, because that definitely would have kept Steve off that channel. He kept that from Steve, knowing that if he told Steve that, Steve wouldn't go on his channel. And Steve won't even care. He will not, because if he does admit it, he's going to... If he stops hanging out with DeFango, stops talking to DeFango, or if he publicly disavows DeFango after finding out about this, he knows he'll be admitting that I was right. So therefore, he's not going to stop hanging out with him. He's not going to admit what happened. He's not going to, he's not going to do it because he doesn't want to admit that I was right all along, Well, you're right. No, Han. The story is going to get a big bump when the judge announces his decision, and then when it all ends. The story will get a bump. I'm not saying the story won't get a bump. It will. I'm saying, though, it's not going to be at the level it's been. We've been having big-ass live streams. There's been people just railing around about it. That's not going to fizzle out all at once. It's just on its decline. It's on its It's on its way out, in my opinion, especially with all these things happening. Now, what has McRae been doing the last few days? He's been laying low. He's listening to his lawyer who told him to not talk about this publicly anymore. Ignore all the haters. Ignore anyone that says anything to you. And just don't talk about shit and just let it all happen and just do your normal thing on the internet. He's finally listening to people and trying to rebuild his image because he's been defeated. This is the dude that wouldn't do that back in December when we were all begging him to. This is the dude that attacked Crady Joy for 8 months. Him to stop now just admits that he's defeated so bad that he knows he can't even talk about this stuff anymore. He can't even talk about it anymore. He's that defeated. He is that defeated. It's done. It's done for him. And as it starts to peter out with him, his audience is going to... His only audience that he has left is the drama audience, my dudes. It's the drama audience. Those are the only ones that watch him. You ever notice that? He gets like, what, 30 viewers? Now, I'm saying some of his low views are because he hasn't been streaming lately. That happens to anyone. I'm not going to just try to throw shade. If you don't stream every day or every other day, your viewers start to dip down. You got to stream every day on YouTube, upload every day to get any views. Just saying. So there is a bit of that going on with him. But when he does any atheist content or any I love feminist content, he gets like 20 or 30 viewers because it's a combination of both things. But that's because the drama audience isn't showing up when they know he's just going to be kissing the bum of the feminists. They don't want to see that. They want drama. So his drama audience is like, if he doesn't feed the drama audience soon, they're all just going to run away. That's all he's got left is a drama audience. So I don't think he will feed the drama audience soon. I really do think he's going to continue listening to his lawyer now that he's gained the 1% of sanity in his mind. And because of that, he's going to let the drama audience take off. And then when he realizes, oh, fuck, I don't have an audience, and he tries to get him back, they're not going to come back. So, yay. That's what I mean by he's defeated, though. Anyway, though, I want to do a run on Tarkov. I really do. I loves the Tarkovs. I want to do a Tarkov run, and I want to find like a little video to play while we do it. I just wanted to tell you all, thank you. Because a lot of you stuck around with me. A lot of you looked at the evidence when I found it and believed the evidence because it was evidence. A lot of you told other people that they were fucking wrong and dumb for, making up their mind without evidence. And we've had literally all of our work confirmed here at the end of this. I don't think that we're going to find out that the Titus Frost and some others just cleared their names of being political operatives anytime soon, considering they work with the same lawyer that those guys worked with. So I do think it's about that time, guys, that, we get to say, ha ha ha, fuck you, fucking Freddy. You guys were so wrong and so bad about it. Now you can just, peace out, bitches. Anyway, I'm going to turn on a debate. Is there another video that I should be watching, though? Wasn't there something else that happened? Yep, I'm going to turn on a debate, and I'm going to play a game, y'all. You're welcome to hang. If you guys don't like that stuff, you're welcome to take off. Thank you for stopping by. I love you. I appreciate you. I've got banger-ass content coming at you as soon as I get back. I shouldn't even be turning on a game right now. It's late, and I have to get up early. You know what? I'm about to just go offline. I'm sorry, guys. I shouldn't. Yeah, I have to be a responsible adult. I've got family. I'm going to be gone for days, and I don't need to be exhausted going into it. That would be rude. I'll see you guys when I get back, okay? I'm going to stream on the rockAlot through my cell phone a couple times while I'm gone. Please jump in and at least just say hi to me, okay? When you see me mobile streaming here on the rockAlot while I'm out of town, do me a solid. Say hi, because I'm going to miss you. I don't know. I might be gone a couple extra days. I might only be gone a couple days. I'm just going to do whatever happens, okay? So please, come say hi. Come see me. I am going to miss you guys. I've streamed with you almost daily or every other day, barely, very rarely taking a break for any reason for 4 years now. I'm gonna miss you. So please jump in when I do my mobile streams, okay? Let me pull up the live chat, tell you all talk to you all for 2 seconds, shout you all out. And let me pull up my patrons and my members over on UNIRock too, because oh, damn, that was loud. Let me pull up my patrons and my members on UNIRock too to scroll on the screen before I go offline, because I love y'all. Honestly, couldn't do any of it without you. We have literally made history here on the internet. It's crazy to say it, but we can say that. We can say that for real. We've made history. We literally identified political fucking shills here on the internet and outed them so that they lost their power to be political fucking shills on the internet. We then have been vindicated years later. We have given creators the best advice they could ever fucking get, like Steve, and tried to save his damn career by telling him, do not go team up with these doxers. Do not go team up with these guys that are doing this shit. Don't do it. It's bad for your career. It's bad for you. It's not cool. We did the right thing even when faced with all of this evil and bullshit. So I'm proud of you guys, man. I am. I'm proud of you guys. I'm not even playing. Not So Secret Diary, Kathy, War, Jimmy, Kristen, Han, Joel Bot 5, my dude. You know it, my dude. Damn. Remember what we went through, my bro. We'll never forget it, bro. We will never forget it. We just got vindicated, y'all. Keon, Jimmy, Michelle Miller. Don't ask the Hi Guy. Good to see you, my dude. Did you get into the Discord yet, Hi Guy? Because I'm opening the Discord next week to members. I'm starting with members, and then I'm moving forward. Thank you for following, Lucky Evil. Appreciate you. Dove Kitty, Strawberry, Christina, Janie, Michael Newman. Thank you. Nope, right back at you, my dude. Right back at you. Oh, Hannah, you know it. I'll be in Discord with you guys, and we'll get it all updated. I'm going to check in with you guys in Discord while I'm gone, too, okay? So I'll tag you when I jump in and everything, all right? It was my dude. Dead GPK, everybody, though, Gabriel, right back at you, my friend. You know it. You know it. But you do know the last 4 years wasn't shit. It wasn't shit. This is what I said back in 2016. I said, thank you, or maybe it was early 2017. I said, thank you for 500 subscribers. We just shot past the moon. We are going to keep going into the stars. Well, we are going to fucking propel our asses into the end of the damn universe when I get back in season 4. And it'll start slow because I took a long break. But I'm going to set this shit on fire like you never seen before. Mark my words. Mark my words. The official end of season 3 is right now. The official start of season 4 is when I walk in the door.